The Demon's Sermon on the Martial Arts. Probably can't see that. The Ghost at the Old Temple. There was a fellow by the name of Fuzan, invited by a friend. He went to pass some time at a mountain temple. The priest at the temple pointed to an ancient burial mound and said, "This is the grave of such and such a person who lived in the distant past. This man's influence held sway over the Kanto area, and his martial prowess shone over all the provinces. Now this has become nothing but an old grave, and no one comes to pray for the man's soul." Fuzan said, "I have heard about this too. How pitiful. A lifetime of grandeur quickly becomes a dream seen in a garden, dried up bones in the next world. Who would receive any prayers for 1,000 years? Are lives so difficult to rely on? Are all like this?" He thereupon took a chokehold on his brush and wrote a single 4-line ode, offering it before the spirit of the deceased. This is what he wrote. "When the flowers of spring bloom, the mountain is like brocade. When the leaves of autumn fall, the fields rise up in dust. The grandeur and brilliance of men's lives are all like a dream. While old tombstones may remain, the passerby wets his sleeves in tears." Before he had even finished praying, something strange appeared from behind the mound. It was neither a woodcutter, nor did it look like a farmer. Its hair hanging over its body, it raised up its sleeves and beckoned the two men. "Why are you writing poems and disturbing even my spirit? The two of you are carelessly passing judgment on a drab underworld with the minds of living men, and you are greatly mistaken. I suppose you will object, but you should hear me out. While I was living, I controlled many great provinces. I was praised by others, and there was no one in the nearby provinces who could rival me. When I left my province and attacked the outside, warriors of adamantine courage protected me from all sides, and there was no place within my gaze that I could not destroy. When I came back to rest in my province, talented and clever men served at my side, manfully expounding on ancient and modern matters. Stringed instruments and voices in song gladdened my ears. Beautiful colors brought joy to my eyes, while male and female servants entertained me with their elegant antics. Of the many delicious foods, not one was lacking, and you would think that all the pleasures under heaven were mine. Now my days have reached their limit, and my life has come to an end. My form has turned to dust, and my mind has scattered off aimlessly. I am not crowned by heaven, nor do I step along on the earth. I have no lord above me, nor vassals below. I no longer have the hardship of suppressing enemy provinces when I leave my own, nor do I have to worry about how to govern the people upon my return. I do not have to turn my attention to the beautiful and ugly, or the elegant and vulgar, nor does my mind struggle with the things good or evil. Receiving the greatest pleasure under heaven, I leisurely return to the emptiness of the great void. Though you may speak of the wealth and honor of kings and lords, they're hardly worth talking about. Why should I take notice that no one has performed a memorial rite for me for 1,000 years? Why should I be stressed or even distressed that no one comes to pray for me?" Fuzan said, "The orderliness or confusion of the empire, the existence or demise of a province, the glory or shame of one's dependents, the pain and suffering of the masses. Not to think of such things is the ultimate inhumanity. Can you consider this the highest pleasure?" The spirit replied, "You are deeply confused. As for the empire, there is a lord who bears responsibility for it, as there is a lord who bears responsibility for each province too. Though you say I have descendants, what comes after my separation from life is not within my existence. There is nothing I can do about this, and the person who worries over something he can do nothing about is an extraordinary fool. It goes without saying that the fate of natural metamorphosis is governed by the Creator. And though you call someone the lord of a province or empire, yes, let me say that again. Where was I? And though you call someone the lord of a province or the empire, they receive the commands of the Creator and then bear that responsibility. So they are just functionaries in the midst of creation and metamorphosis too. Even if you're a 5-star fucking general telling people to spray the upper atmosphere. To think that a province is something of my own that I can hand down to my descendants forever is foolish. When the Creator changes his command, all my power, technique, and strong arming will be useless. When creation and metamorphosis disposes me of my own body and life, there's no begging off. How much more so for a large province or the empire? And we may say something like my descendants, but they are not my own personal heirs. They are the children of the Creator. Thus, while I'm alive, I do my very best at my work, love without selfishness, instruct and govern. When I die, I'm contented with my return. I give back both province and descendants to the Creator, go into retirement and should not be even the smallest hindrance. The translation's a bit If the Creator should give my descendants a province, he will give them one. If he should take one away, he'll take it away. I leave the responsibility for reward and punishment with the Creator. Right now, you and I are separated by life. The stagnant Confucianism of people like you will put no faith in what I say. But the person who simply knows the unity, let me say it again, the unity of life and death, of longevity and demise, and gets to the bottom of it, will understand this in silence. He thereupon wrote a single 4-line ode and was gone. One's life from the beginning is lonely and desolate. After death, you are inactive of your own. Look quietly at the world of men. Whether they flourish or fade, it's all one big grave. Yeah.